with a market value of $865.6 billion. Tesla has become the most valuable US automaker in history. People are undoubtedly reacting to a company formed in 2003 that is outperforming long-term firms like Ford and GM by $10 to $20 billion. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of Elon Musk, a billionaire who's been in the spotlight. He's one of the world's most diverse billionaires with a net worth of $265.4 billion. He's already one of the richest individuals on the planet, but might he get any richer? Could he unseat Jeff Bezos as the world's richest man and potentially be the world's first trillionaire? Today we look at how wealthy Elon could get. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Let's get started without further ado. First, we must consider his background. Return with me to South Africa, then to Canada, and finally to Pennsylvania, because this guy has been everywhere. Elon was born in South Africa and is characterized as a tech nerd who taught himself to code at the age of 12 and sold his first piece of video game code. In middle and high school, he was bullied regularly by people who now probably think it's ridiculous. As a fellow nerd who used to get a few shots, I have to agree that success is the best kind of retaliation. He moved on to college in Canada and then the United States, where he paid his rent by turning his dorm room into a speakeasy and charging a $5 cover charge. He went on to co-found Cipto with his brother after getting his bachelor's degree in physics and economics, which was essentially an internet yellow pages with a map that contained all of the enterprises that existed before cell phones. Elon sold Cipto for $307 million 4 years later, in 1999, netting him an additional $22 million. For a 28-year-old, $22 million isn't terrible. Many people his age would spend the money on a yacht and a Hollywood Hills estate. Elon was preoccupied with something else entirely. He invested the money in X.com, an online banking company that was later purchased by the newspaper. His profits from the short trip were $180 million. So now we know how Elon was able to amass so much wealth to establish the companies he does today. But how much do those firms pay him now? And how much will they pay him in the future? We've seen Tesla cars clog up highways, and we've seen Elon Musk's weird antics as the company's CEO, like breaking some incredible, livable moves on stage in Shanghai. Tesla is doing well with a market value of $865.6 billion. Elon owns roughly $147 billion in Tesla stock, so he's doing well. Tesla, on the other hand, announced in 2018 that as part of a 12-step performance plan, it will not pay Elon a dollar for the following 10 years unless Tesla nearly doubles in value. If Tesla meets all 12 performance milestones and reaches a market value of $650 billion, Elon will own $184 billion in stock alone, making him wealthier than Jeff Bezos. However, $650 billion is a large sum of money, enough to give each person in the United States $1,000 and still have a few billion left over. Is Tesla capable of producing so much cash? Given that Tesla's sales soared by 280% in 2018 and their services and other revenue surged by 68% in the third quarter of 2019, it's clear that the company is on the right track. Although it looks that they are consistently increasing sales and are directly driving this. A Tesla stock worth $184 billion does not make you a trillionaire. On the other hand, Elon Musk has a few other businesses where his tiny robot fingers are dipping. The tunneling company plans to construct an underground high-speed tunnel transit that will run alongside highways from Los Angeles to Seattle and will only be accessible by Teslas and other electric vehicles. While it may not appear profitable at first, the total system is expected to generate $5 for every $1 spent, and with Elon owning 90% of the company, that's a lot of money once the system is approved and operational. Elon is now the majority owner of Neuralink, a brain-computer interface program, as if tunnel transit, flying automobiles, and solar weren't enough. There has been no word on the company's profitability, and they've remained tight-lipped about what they're working on. However, it appears that some science fiction film content will be released soon. OpenAI and Neuralink are both housed in the same building. Another company founded by Elon Musk aims to create pleasant and helpful AI. In other words, creating AI that will not lead to a robot revolution. Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI in 2019. As a result, it's logical to infer that someone else thinks OpenAI will be beneficial. That's all there is to it. Given the companies Elon owns and operates, can you imagine what his email inbox looks like? Every day! Nonetheless, it's tough to say how much money these businesses will bring Elon Musk. The $1 trillion mark appears to be approaching, but who knows what the research businesses will do? Only time will tell. But things are looking up for his money account. SpaceX is Elon Musk's well-known business enterprise. They put in a lot of effort to build spectacular rocket engines and private spaceflight spacecraft, and their launches terrified the entire city of Los Angeles. As you might guess, aerospace businesses amass a lot of cash, with a market cap of $33.3 billion, and SpaceX is no exception. However, it is their goal that sets them apart, with plans to colonize Mars, develop private low-cost spaceflight, and restart American human spaceflight. They have a lot on their plate, but their Starlink program is expected to be profitable. Starlink is a satellite project that intends to provide the world with high-speed, low-cost internet. The internet has only two things you could ever want, but how much are they worth? According to a recent Morgan Stanley study, delaying SpaceX's launch is worth $120 billion over the next few years, with annual revenue of $30 to $50 billion. And after all, 12,000 satellites are operational and giving internet access to countries, businesses, and the US government. It's tough to anticipate how high this company's market value will rise. That's simply from the halted project. Elon stands to win a significant amount of money because he controls 54% of SpaceX's shares. However, SpaceX is still a private company. If they ever go public, as Elon has stated, its market value might increase. We have estimates of $184 billion and $120 billion thus far, with an additional $30 to $50 billion every year. But if you're Elon Musk, you can't just have an aircraft firm and a car company, can you? Just be uninteresting. Is it clear where I'm going with this? The dull corporate life that is, with Elon Musk owning 90% of the shares and SpaceX owning the remaining 6%, the company that digs tunnels and distributes flamethrowers is described as not a flamethrower for profit. And that's the boring company. Musk, on the other hand, has a net worth of over $200 billion, which had increased to $263 billion by the middle of January. Musk's effort at Tesla and SpaceX have resulted in an astronomically high valuation. It's often known that the eccentric billionaire lives well over the poverty line, preferring to put all of his surplus funds back into his business. Will his hard work and frugal way of living to pay off? Will he beat Bezos to become the world's first trillionaire, or will the title go unclaimed? What are your thoughts? Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be regularly updated on our new videos. Thank you for watching. As always, till next time.